Well, folks, if I ever catch any of you implying that I don't listen to feedback, you will witness a fury you never previously thought possible. When we finished Leamington and moved on to Peterborough in Non-Lethal Legend, I asked, do you want me to continue the save over on Twitch? It was a resounding yes. So I did. It's been back a week or two now over there. And then the next wave of feedback came in. Kev, it's great that you've got the streams over on Twitch and I watch them as often as I can. But is there any chance we could get highlights videos over here on YouTube so that I can keep up when I'm busy? And I said, probably not. That sounds like an awful lot of work. But thanks to the generosity of everyone who subs over on Twitch, is a channel member here on YouTube, is part of the Patreon, watches the adverts, supports the channel in any way they possibly can. If you bought the game through my FM22 discount link earlier in the year, all these different ways that you've thrown money in my direction over the last year or so, I'm finally putting that money to good use. No longer am I wasting it on feeding my children and paying my rent. I've got myself an editor. Say hello to the boys and girls, Chris. Just going to sit here until you overlay a little video of yourself waving. There he is. Lovely work. And Chris has decided, Chris has been told that he's going to go back and edit together all of the streams that we've done so far on the Leamington story into videos. They're all going to be over on LOLLUJO 2. This one is obviously here on the main channel. This is the only one that's going to be on the main channel. Starting from tomorrow, we carry the story on over on LOLLUJO 2. So if you're not already subscribed over there and you want to carry on with the story, make sure you hit the subscribe button for that channel. I'll link to that down in the description below. But yeah, we're picking things up exactly from where we left off at the end of the YouTube element of this save, to the point where you'll actually see me turn down the Peterborough job and we continue from there. It's exciting times. Enjoy the show, boys and girls, and don't forget to subscribe to LOLLUJO 2. Oh, there's so much to do this afternoon. And yes, we are picking up exactly where we left off on YouTube. I remembered to save the save exactly where it was. So I imagine the posh job offer is still sat in the inbox. It's there. The Peterborough job offer is sat there in the inbox. We're obviously going to turn it down. But I saved it immediately before that, because I always knew we were going to be coming back and revisiting this, because I don't know that I've ever had more fun with a Football Manager save than I did with Leamington, which is weird because it was such a challenge. Well, I think that's probably why. It was so hard. It's the hardest save I've ever done. If you are one of the tiny number of people who didn't watch any of this on YouTube, we're manager of Leamington. We've been here 6 years. This is season 6 of this save. It took us 3 years to get out of the National League North. This is our 3rd year in the National League, and it's all finally starting to come together. This is why we've had the job offer from Championship Peterborough, because it is all starting to come together. The first game up is against South Shields in the FA Cup 2nd round. That's South Shields, who are in the National League North. We have got a better opportunity than this club has ever had in its history to get to the 3rd round of the FA Cup, and the potential pile of cash that brings with it. We've got a big pile of cash anyway, because if you remember, in the summer just gone, we sold an absolute ton of players for loads of money. So the financial situation of the club is looking really good. A good FA Cup 3rd round tie, if we could get there, gets us ever closer to potentially going full-time. Being part-time is the thing that's held us back through a lot of this save so far. The other thing, of course, is we are in a title race, 2 points behind Port Vale. We play Port Vale in 3 league games' time at home in a proper top-of-the-table clash. By Boxing Day 2026, which is sooner than you think, boys and girls, by Boxing Day 2026, we could, arguably should, be top of the conference and in the FA Cup 3rd round. I think the first thing we need to do on this stream is turn Peterborough down. And of course, there's a couple of interesting comparisons we can now make with what's gone on YouTube, because on YouTube, I went and spent the full £10 million budget at Peterborough in the transfer window that's about to start and saved posh. will whoever ends up taking that job on in this universe do the same thing? Or am I a genius and they would have got relegated, or they will get relegated without me? Likewise, the Leamington story ended or continued in the YouTube version with them getting knocked out of the FA Cup by South Shields, losing the next few games, but eventually getting a manager in who led them to playoff glory, which obviously I'm never going to do because I don't win playoffs. I always lose the playoffs. So our only hope at promotion is automatic because I always lose the playoffs. So we kind of need to do things differently to how they turned out in the YouTube version. Right, we have the South Shields games coming up. After all this faffing about, we have to work out what's going on. Right, Mo Isa, I know he plays an inside forward. Where's Okoflex? Where's my boy Okoflex? What the hell is he doing not even on the bench? Who is this guy? Never heard of him. Get him out of here. Get Okoflex up on the bench. Problem solved. That was nice and familiar. Just, oh, we quick pick a team, but then we just ease Andrucci out of it. That felt like putting on an old pair of shoes. Oh, it fit perfectly. Right, so Goodrum, he's quite good, isn't he? Yeah, I'm getting back at see. He's in good form as well. Cool, he had a good game against Spennymoor in the last match. Berry, who the hell is Aaron Berry? Okay, he's quite good. He's on loan from Shrewsbury. Redfern's the guy we brought in the summer, isn't he? I know who he is. It's all coming back to me. I obviously know who Magoma is. Clark's the one on loan from Derby. Okay. Kiezu was the one we spent money on, who we've had in a previous save, and I forget who for. Roberts is the one we sold and then loaned back. See, it's all coming back to me now. Tavares is the guy we spent money on and brought in as our new captain. Yeah. See, it all makes sense. Dixon Bonner's the one who can play anywhere that I really like. And Sam French is the goalkeeper that you lot don't like. I insist on playing. Yeah, okay. That looks like a good team. Why are we not playing Okoflex when he's our top scorer? Why is he not auto-selected? Because we do that thing where we rotate him and Isa. I remember. So we go Okoflex, Isa, Okoflex, Isa, Okoflex, Isa, and Okoflex has played the last two. Although he came off the bench in that one. So yeah, we're just rotating them nicely. Okay. This all makes sense. Let's go beat South Shields. It's all going to be fine. This is the perfect thing about me not looking at the save. It was all planned. This was deliberate. About me not looking at the save before starting the stream, because me recapping myself acts as me recapping you as well. Just, it's efficient. Right, can we have an early goal, please? Because remember, I'm not going to constantly be comparing against what happened in the original timeline, the true timeline. But because this was the first game they played after I left, they did lose this against lower league opposition and got knocked out of the FA Cup, which is a little bit sad with the opportunity that presented itself. Mo Ice has just missed his penalty. Oh no, is this timeline as twisted as the true timeline? Yikes. Come on, we should be beating this lot already. Let's not have a goalkeeper. Let's not have a goalkeeper doing good against us. That would be ever so troublesome. And Goodrum's injured. Right, this is where we bring on Okoflex. Isa can go up front. Okoflex has been the star man this year, from what I recall. I was ready to move on to make Non-League to Legend make sense. But I think you saw in the last video, I wasn't emotionally ready to leave Leamington. Forgot a replay. Rubbish. Well, we've got... Oh, I've just skipped over the third round draw because I was distracted by the chat. You don't get that on YouTube, do you? Oh, well, what's the point? We've got to try and get past South Shields in this replay. And our reward is a day out in Barnsley. Sensational. How many fans do they get? I mean, it's potentially still a payday, I guess. Why has this not got the custom view? I doubt they're going to get 25,000. In fact, they're not. That was just because it was a local derby. So they get 15,000 for a typical home game. I don't even remember signing this guy. He's played once. One substitute appearance. Why does he exist if we don't use him? He's as good as any of our other midfielders. Interesting. I can't remember what their wage budget situation is like. We'll have a look in a minute. I don't know if we can actually do any transfer stuff. Or if we're just kind of stuck with this squad. I say stuck with this squad that's massively overperforming and doing really well. This is a game in hand we've got over Port Vale. So if we win this, we go level on points with Port Vale at the top of the league, and we play them at home in 2 games time. I'm quite excited about you lot seeing Andrucci in between, like, all the time, rather than just seeing him turn up and score the odd goal here and there. Or I think a lot of people judged Andrucci. That's a good goal. A lot of people judge Andrucci based on what they see as his stats. So, oh, he got 11 goals in 20 games. Surely you play him. But what you actually see when you're watching him play those 20 games is that he got 2 hat-tricks in back-to-back games, scored another goal the game after, and then went 17 matches where you didn't even notice he was there. We are really struggling for goals. We've managed to scrape a win there, but we should have more than, doing better than that. We're top of the league currently, so I won't grumble too much about it. Where are Barrow in the league? Barrow mid-table. So, I mean, we're doing all right. We're going to go to a Leamington game this season. I keep threatening to. I think realistically, I'll probably wait until it's a little bit warmer. Although now I know there's a horse that goes. Did you see that on Twitter? If you're not on, I need to show you it just in case you're not on Twitter, because this is the kind of stuff you get at Leamington. They had an actual horse watching the game. Now I know there's a horse there. I'm tempted to go. I have been to the ground before. We did a charity football match there a few years ago. So I have been to Leamington. It's in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? The football ground. Leamington Spa as a place, less in the middle of nowhere. But the actual Leamington Football Club ground is just like surrounded by fields, isn't it? Which is why I'm so baffled that they won't let me expand the stadium in game, because you would think with nothing anywhere around it. I mean, there's a second pitch next to it, just the other side of the stands. Does the horse count as one extra seat in the capacity? Possibly, yeah. I mean, if there was the option to buy a horseback ticket, I think I'd be on board with that. I mean, look at, not to dwell too much on this photograph. If that is the actual setup, that's the fence. I mean, how do they stop people just going and standing next to the horse and watching the match for free? That one piece of barbed wire along the top, that's gonna, oh, I can't see past the barbed wire. I imagine you don't get a lot of scumbags unwilling to pay £3 or whatever it costs to get into a non-league game. I'm that scumbag. I mean, I will go to a Leamington game this season, but I'm gonna go and stand next to the horse. And it's going to be great. If you're a kid who's bored on a Saturday afternoon and you've got the choice between, I am getting on my soapbox here, you've got the choice between going and watching the new Spider-Man movie for £6 or going and watching your local football team for 22. I mean, it's not difficult to decide what to do, is it? £23 to sit down at King's Lynn for a Category A match is £26 if you want a central seat. Wisbech Town's £12. It's gone mad. It should be like £3 to get into a non-league match. We're losing here. I mean, that is a perfect Ben Andrucci example, by the way. He's played this entire match. He's on a 6'1". It's so typical of him. I don't know why everyone loved him as much as they did. He's rubbish. Anyone from Kettering? Is cinema in Kettering an Odeon? I think it is. So I paid £9 each, I think, for me and Anna at the Odeon. So that was it is an Odeon, there you go. That's the one we went to see Spider-Man on launch day. I mean, you can pay more. When we went to see that Ryan Reynolds movie in the summer in the stupid moving seats, that was like £20 a ticket. And I was like, oh, that's expensive. It sounds like something you pay that just for a normal cinema ticket. We might be getting back into this game with a good old-fashioned Championship Manager 4-3-1-2. Oh, it's like we're living in 2002 again. The 4-3-1-2. It's the formation of champions, boys and girls. This is promotion caliber character we're showing here. We're going to keep attacking. Keep attacking. Let's win the game. Oh, what a comeback. Come on. We love a 4-3-1-2. We don't really have enough strikers to make it work as a regular thing. I just got a Steam achievement for top form. What's that? Your team hasn't lost in 30 matches. God, I'm good. I'm so good at this. You lot are so lucky getting to see this in action. It's like a tutorial. We can't faff around over 2 matches against South Shields not scoring a goal. I now understand a little bit more about why on the original timeline Leamington got knocked out here. Anything from anyone? Have we got anything? Do we get to make another change now? Not that I really have anyone to come on. Can we bring Knowles on? We can. So we'll stick him up there as a poacher. Can we do a football, please? Oh, that's a lovely little pass in behind for Gilks. But then we don't capitalise on it. What's that all about? Oh. Come on, we'll have a goal here. I think this is the first attack across either of the 2 matches. Jimmy Knowles! Jimmy Knowles! I think the game just gets better every year. Cannot believe we're going to concede a goal here. Oh! Never seen a player save a pen on FM outside of a shootout before. It does happen. Oh, they're in here, though. And he's just letting up through his hands. Does he even have fingers? I think we might have a fingerless goalkeeper. So this is what the goalkeeper did there. One more time. Come on, we'll have a save. And all is forgiven. All is forgiven. He's the greatest goalkeeper in the world. Right, Armstrong, Occo, Flex. One of the greatest names in football. Hideous. That crossed the line. I'm convinced that crossed the line. Right, come along then. FA Cup is for losers. Just only nerds care about the FA Cup. Bunch of nerds. Did you think Tony was a potential Prem player when you watched him at Peterborough? Yes. Oh, Mo Isa. Right, this is the big game. This is Port Vale. We're 2 points behind them at the moment. If we're going to go up as champions, we have to win this game, really. On an NFT of Kev pointing at the tree. Maybe it will happen one day. Maybe. Who wants to own me pointing? Oh, that's a little bit of a blow in the 90th minute. I wonder how Posh are doing. If they signed Ryan Brewster, can you imagine? Peter are actually doing better than I was, I think. Up to 16th. Transfers. Not made any transfers yet, but the window has only just opened. With this guy in charge. I mean, they even hired a guy with a beard. They've actually probably done better than I did. So that new guy would have come in around here, I think. I mean, that first 5 games is certainly better than my first 5 games were. He's changed the tactic now as well. I guess that's when the new manager came in. So actually, that was all caretaker manager, I guess. That 4-4-2. That whole spell there would have been the caretaker manager. And then the new manager's come in and he's rubbish. So that's good. That's fine. As long as the new manager's not very good. Birmingham wants Samuel Muller. See, that's interesting. Because Birmingham are in the championship. They're bottom of the championship, but they're in the championship. But why are we getting pathetic offers? It was only this summer just gone that we thought our days of these silly offers were behind us. We got 145,000 for him, 245,000 for him. Why are we now back in a world where we get offered 8 grand? And he's going to be grumpy that I turn it down. Right, we've got to win this game. This is important. You can set the scouts to look for players of a certain age range if you need more recommendations. You can. Although I don't ever touch the scout stuff. I leave my chief scout to do all that. Chief scout and director of football between the two of them. They can faff around with all that. That's a lovely goal from Gilks. Let's have a look at the league table. We haven't had a look for a little while. So 3 points off the top of the league. Much better goal difference than everyone else around us. It is very much a 3-horse race. We've got about 25 minutes of stream time left. We're not going to get the season finished today, but we will be streaming again tomorrow afternoon. So we'll finish the season tomorrow, I think. Do you feel like streaming is full-time and sustainable long-term, or will the bubble burst one day? I think as an industry, it's here to stay. As an individual, the bubble definitely bursts. I don't think anyone stays relevant in any form of entertainment forever. I'm under no illusions that I'm the Rolling Stones of YouTube. I'm very much enjoying my time while it exists. I think I'm a little bit above a one-hit wonder. I've done 2 or 3 albums at this point. But sooner or later, people will lose interest in me, and then I have to go and get a real job again. But I think as an industry, it's just another form of entertainment now. And I think people have to go into it the same way footballers or musicians go into looking at their careers. You're probably not going to be doing it for very long. So save as much as you can while you're doing it. Don't live like you're a gazillionaire maniac. When am I going to do the concept album? Born in the... Yeah, I was going to say, you finished there. Born in the USA was definitely the concept album. We're in again here, boys and girls. We've become a very good team while I've not been paying attention. What we do need to do is look at Posh, though. Because the January transfer window has ended. Have they done better than I did? I spent £10 million and narrowly avoided relegation. They'll have spent nothing. Why can't I click on there and do a search? They'll probably be mid-table having spent nothing. 18th. I mean, they've spent 34,000. It's a different take on the transfer window to what I did. They did get rid of Kyle Dempsey like I did. But yeah, that's the one guy they've signed. Someone they don't need either because they've got Olasundi. Is that his name? It's something like that. But all that said and done, they are higher in the league than we finished. It'd be funny if the Posh do better and I don't get promoted. I know that will be official confirmation I am not as good as the AI twice over. We need to make sure Posh get relegated and I win the league. We'll be back here tomorrow, same sort of time again, where we should finish the season with Leamington. After a ropey old start, we've now won 7 games on the bounce. The league table looks like this. Yes! And we're still in the Fat Cup. We could do the non-league double tomorrow afternoon, boys and girls. But I do hope you'll be here to enjoy it with me. But for now, I will say goodbye and enjoy Non-League to Legend. Toodle pip, everybody. Bye-bye.